It's time for a GB News exclusive. The British taxpayer is having to fork out tens of thousands of pounds to build a fence in France. It's designed to stop migrants camping at a football stadium. Yeah, seriously. Politicians in the town of Sangatte, near Calais, are using 74,000 euros, that is apparently the equivalent of £63,000, of your money, British cash, to install a rigid fence at the La Porte du Cap, I'm not fluent, stadium. This money is taken from a budget of millions that Britain is sending to France to increase its border control and stop the small boats crisis, which is supposed to involve beefed up security, extra CCTV and drone surveillance. Instead, your money will help build a fence that only serves to prevent migrants breaking into a French amateur football stadium and leaving their litter in and around the area, which has understandably sparked fury. But it's not our problem, is it? Tory MP Nigel Mills has blasted it. He says this is disgraceful. How on earth has this been allowed? This money is supposed to go on actually stopping the boats from crossing. It sounds like French politicians are spending our money on anything they want. It's insulting to the British taxpayer. So, yeah, 63 grand of your money is going to stop migrants sleeping at an amateur French football stadium. This comes as a record number of migrants crossed the Channel in the first 3 months of this year, with 4,644 making the journey between January and March. I'm delighted to welcome Tory MP and former Minister Dame Andrea Jenkyns. Thank you very, very much. I'd quite like to have this money back. I don't know about you. Are France taking us to the cleaners here?
I want a refund of all the millions that they've squandered, actually, because they've never stopped the boats, have they, Patrick? I mean, it's a disgrace. I mean, this is British taxpayers' hard-earned cash, and it's been squandered on a fence to protect a French football stadium. You just couldn't make it up, could you?
No, and this isn't a fence, by the way, that's, lining one of the beaches to stop them getting on. This isn't a fence that's really serving any practical purpose, not stopping them getting in the back of lorries, nothing. This is, it appears, just purely to protect an amateur French football club. I mean, it probably actually having the opposite effect of maybe just driving them onwards to the beaches.
I mean, can you believe we're even having this conversation, Patrick? I mean, I want to see ministers to be questioning this immediately and asking for a refund. I'll write to the ministers myself and the Prime Minister, because it's time to stop funding the French. It's time to stop spending taxpayers' money on hotels for illegal migrants. And we've got to put the money back into British people now. I'm like many people, I've had enough of this. We've got to stop wasting money. It's not working. The French are not living up to their side of the bargain. So let's get these millions back.
Do you think the British taxpayer is owed a full receipt of exactly where our millions of pounds to the French is going?
I definitely think so. But let's not forget, actually, Patrick, that France and the EU, that's the way they operate, isn't it? Look how they're closely aligned Macron is with the EU, how this is why we came out for Brexit in the first place, because the EU didn't sign off their accounts. There's no transparency. And let's not forget the secret meetings that Starmer's had with Macron, which is setting the stage for rejoining the EU, Patrick. So I think we need the receipts exactly as you said, and we need our money back. Can
I put this Home Office statement to you and just see what you make of it, all right? So the Home Office responded to us, and this was just as we went on air tonight, so I'm reading this for the first time along with you. Last year, our joint working with France saw over 26,000 of dangerous, illegal and unnecessary crossings attempts prevented. Since our landmark agreement with France, embedded observers have been deployed regularly on both sides of the Channel, and in March we agreed to more than double the number of personnel deployed in northern France. This partnership is just one part of the government's wider work to tackle illegal migration. What do you make of that, Dame Andrea?
I mean, if it's only 26,000 and look at how many's coming across, Patrick, how much does that work out per illegal migrant coming across compared to, using the money that we've given to France? We've got to stop funding the French. I mean, I said this in a statement prior to the budget that I want to see us stop funding the money to France. They're not living up to their side of the bargain, and it's our money. We want it back.
All right, look, thank you very, very much. That is, of course, Dame Andrea Jenkyns. They're wading into that GB News exclusive, which is at £63,000 of your money that we have given to the French to try to stop the migrant crisis appears to have been spent literally ring-fencing a French amateur football stadium instead.